film starts with two kids who are very good friends. The girl's name was Claire, but she was older than her friend. Claire and her friend stay outside the candy shop, so that they can take some candies from inside which they really wanted to eat. Claire tells her friend that now I will go inside and buy some candies. You also come, you also buy. Hearing this, her friend says with a lot of innocence, But Claire, I don't have any money. On this, Claire says, No problem. Let's do one thing, let's steal the candies. You do one thing, go inside and distract the shopkeeper. Till then I will steal the candies. Hearing this plan of Claire, her friend gets very scared, because he had not stolen anything before today. Claire tells him, Don't think so much. You just have to go inside and pretend to be lost. You tell him that I can't find my dad. On this, the shopkeeper will feel that you are lost, and he will come to help you. Till you distract him, I will have already stolen the candies. Now, even though his friend doesn't want to, he listens to Claire. He says, Okay, I am ready to do this. She says that after the work is done, we will meet here. After which, both go inside and do everything according to the plan. And Claire comes out after stealing the candies. She stood at one place and started eating the candies. But then she heard a voice from a dark place. Claire asked, Who is there? But there was no answer from there. Now, she had been waiting for her friend for a long time. But he had not come yet. So now Claire herself goes inside the shop to check. But there, she doesn't find her friend. When she asked the shopkeeper, Where is my friend? He replied that he has come and taken his dad. Hearing this, she is surprised because this was not possible. His dad had not come here, so who took him? And after this, Claire's friend was not found. We know that many more children were missing from the city. Now, the man who was behind all this, i.e. the kidnapper who used to kidnap children, was caught by the police and was sentenced to 25 years. After this, we see the time after 25 years, where Claire has grown up, and with her, her friend's dad was sitting, whose name was Bill. She still used to miss her son a lot. She wanted to find her son because she believed that her son is still alive. Claire now works as a broadcaster, who has a small channel on the radio. And today, Claire's friend has been missing for 25 years. Bill asks her for help to tell about my son on her broadcast channel, so that the people who listen to you can help you find my son. On which Claire says, I am sorry, uncle, but I will not do this because she believed that her friend will never be found. Bill says, But I have to find my son somehow. I need your help, son. On this, Claire says, Yes, uncle, I will help you anyway. And we will definitely go to find him. Then Bill introduces Claire to one of his friends, who knew about this whole area very well, because she had been living here for a long time. Now let's see some interviews of some people, in which the old people and detectives of the town were included. A senior detective says that I worked on this case 25 years ago. This had become a very serious case because, one by one, a child was disappearing from the town. This was shocking and worrying for everyone, because neither the children were found alive, nor did their corpses disappear. Because of this, a terror spread in the town, and everyone was in fear. Now Bill starts searching for his son with his friends. He comes to look for him at Moor. Moor is actually a place that is completely deserted, and an empty field. But Claire does not come here with him, who was scared, because the fear of what happened to him in his childhood was still in his heart. Now Claire goes to the senior detective, who worked on this case 25 years ago. Claire tells him that Bill is looking for his son at Moor. Hearing this, the detectives are shocked and worried, because they do not understand why Bill is doing this. Because 25 years ago, they had searched Moor, but they did not find a single child there. Not only the child, there was no sign of the children's belongings there. Now Claire goes to Bill's house, where she sees through the window that there is a man with Bill who is doing something with the locket. When she comes in, she finds out that this man is a psychic. That is, he has such qualities and powers that he used to know about these things. And these powers can also feel paranormal things, like ghosts, spirits, etc. And using these powers, the psychic tells him where Bill's son can be found. Claire thinks that Bill is taking the help of a psychic to find his son. This means that there is something, and the place the psychic had told them was Moor. After which they come to Moor to find Bill's son. Claire also came with them. Although she was afraid of coming to Moor, she still comes because she also wants to find her friend. After a long time, when they are looking for him, they find Bill's son, Claire's friend's shoe. They pick it up and keep it with them. Now Claire feels strange there, because of which she starts panicking. She felt like there was a very big and evil force here, and she would never be able to get out of here. She tried to run away from there, and while running, she comes to the road, where she comes and breathes peace. The next day, Bill took his son's shoe to the police, and tells them that I want you to reopen this case, so that I can find my son. But this evidence was not enough to find him, so they refused to help Bill. After this, we see the senior detective again, who was saying that we never showed the face of the kidnapper to people, and neither did he ever tell what he did with the kidnapped children, which we think is definitely a big mistake. And even if someone knows the truth, they are hiding it. Now Claire and Bill go to the psychic's house, where Bill tells Claire everything about him. Yes, he is a psychic, but he doesn't have enough powers to find my son. But yes, this psychic has a daughter, Eleanor, who has a lot more powers than her dad, and she claims that she can find my son. But the psychic refuses for this, saying that I cannot put my daughter in any kind of danger, because he loved his daughter very much. Actually, after his wife passed away, his daughter Eleanor is everything to him, whom he does not want to lose at any cost. He wants to keep her away from this case so that she does not die. But Bill, who has to find his son somehow, he has already called Eleanor. When Eleanor comes, his dad, the psychic, gets angry at him. When Eleanor says, "Dad, don't think so much and don't worry. I have come of my own accord, and I think we should help Bill." Here, there was some more talk between the father and daughter, with which now Eleanor's dad is also ready to support them. These people lay a peacock on the table and sit around it. Now Eleanor looks at one place on the map. Then she uses all her strength and still repeatedly points to the same location. Then Bill immediately marks the map at that place. Now Eleanor had to use her powers a lot, because of which she felt very strange, like restlessness, etc. And maybe this was the reason why her dad was stopping Eleanor from coming to this case. Now the next day, all these people had to go to the peacock. Eleanor also wanted to go with them. But her dad says, "Son, that place is not right. There can be danger. So you shouldn't go there." But she doesn't listen to her dad and insists on going. After which the next day all these people reach the peacock and move on. Along with that, she was also making a video of everything here. A little further on, Eleanor realizes the presence of a child there, who was actually the soul of a child. Eleanor asks her, "Who are you?" Then the child's soul says, "I don't know, and I have forgotten my mom and dad." Eleanor asks him, "Okay, tell me, where were you killed and buried?" Then the child tries to control Eleanor. She drops him in the pit with her power. Eleanor is injured, and everyone goes to her. Then Eleanor's dad takes care of her. But here Bill understood that the child's soul definitely wants to say something. That's why he starts digging at the same place. And the surprising thing is that he also finds a girl's corpse there, which was not anyone else's, but of the same soulful girl. That is, 25 years ago, her kidnapper killed her and buried her here. That is, she had answered Eleanor's question. That where was she buried? Which everyone is very shocked to see. And after that, we see the story after 4 weeks, where Bill was still trying to find his son, and Claire is helping him in every way. After this, Claire and Bill go to the psychic's house, where Eleanor tells them that there is always a soul with me, who often protects me whenever I am in trouble, and I don't understand anything. Then he helps me. We are very close to each other, and he works as a protective soul for me. Now the psychic talks to that soul through his daughter Eleanor, and tells him to tell us about those children who were killed and buried. Then the psychic asked the soul, "Can you feel us?" To which he replied, "Yes." He tells that the souls of all the children whose bodies are there are in darkness. Now Bill asks him about his son. Then he marks a place on the map with the help of a soul pointer. After doing this, he leaves from here. After which they went back to the morgue to check the place where the soul had marked. As they moved a little further, they saw a strange long stone, on which a strange circle was made. After which they moved forward again. But then it rained here, and these people could not move forward. So they set up a tent there. Eleanor tells them that my friend, that soul does not like to come to the morgue at all, because whenever he comes here, he feels strange, which means that there is something here that he does not like at all. That is, there is some power. Something that he is also afraid of. Although he himself is a soul. When all the people were sitting together and talking, Then Bill goes out of the tent to go to the toilet, where he saw someone, whom he starts following. But then he falls into the swamp. But just in time, Bill's friend came here, who saves him at the right time. Bill also tells him that I have seen someone here. So both of them go to find him. They're in the tent. The psychic is very scared. Because of Bill, all their lives can be in danger. Because this place was famous. That the mall is full of dangers. Then the psychic goes out to freshen up his mood, in which Claire and Eleanor start talking. Claire tells him that I still have a job to lose my friend. I am responsible for this myself. That all happened because of me. Because neither did I send him to the candy shop, nor would he have been kidnapped. Now suddenly Eleanor starts screaming loudly. Hearing her voice, Bill and his friend come here. She asks Eleanor, "Why did you scream?" Then she is sad and tells that there is a very dangerous power here, afraid of which my soul friend left me and went away. And without him, I am also feeling a strange fear. Then she suddenly changes her style. She starts saying that there is a door here, which is open, with which she starts getting possessed. That is, a dangerous power had come inside her. And once again she screams loudly. Seeing her condition, Bill and his friend go to call Eleanor's dad, while Eleanor comes in a strange condition, and blood starts coming out of her eyes. Looking at her face, it seemed clear that she was in a lot of pain. And then suddenly she falls down. They find the psychic, but then they are surrounded by strange bees. The funny thing was that those bees had no eyes, and they were looking very angry. To escape the bees, the psychic runs back to the tent, where he sees his daughter Eleanor in a very bad condition. Seeing such a bad condition of Eleanor, her dad takes her to the hospital. But seeing Eleanor's condition, it seemed clear that she would not be able to escape. The rest of the people come to their homes. Now Claire got a call from the same senior detective, who says that you should not have gone to the mall, because it is more dangerous there than you think. Hearing this, Claire was in tension, and she tells this to Bill too. And again she refuses to go to the mall. But Bill does not listen to her, and the next day she goes to the mall again, because he always wanted to find his son. But this time Bill's friend does not go with him, because she did not want to get into any more trouble. And this time only Claire and Bill go. When they reach there, Bill comes to one place and puts a gun on Claire. Seeing this, Claire felt very strange. She was not able to understand why Bill was doing this. Bill tells her that you will have to die here now, so that I can get my son back. Hearing this, Claire is surprised and asks why? Why do you want to do this? And who told you this? That by killing me, you will get your son back. Then Bill tells her that last night I heard a voice, which was saying that if you sacrifice Claire, if you sacrifice her, you will get your son back. Hearing this, Claire starts crying. She says that this is wrong. By killing me, you will never get your son back. Because he left 25 years ago, who will never come back. But Bill still does not listen to her, and starts to kill her. Claire cries and begs her to not kill her. But he comes to the same stone with Claire. Meanwhile, a sheep comes there, which attacks Claire. By killing her, the sheep also dies, while Claire falls into the ditch. And then the souls of the other children come and slap Claire. And like this, Claire dies. As soon as she dies, we see that Bill's son also comes there, and goes back to his dad and meets him. Both father and son meet again after 25 years. Because of this, she was very happy. Now there must be a lot of things going on in your mind. That what was happening here. So let me clear it for you. Actually, this is where a demon lives on the peacock. Because that pit was actually the way to hell, from where the demon used to take the sacrifices of the children. And the sheep were the souls of the children, whom the devil had included with him. And to give sacrifice, he used to help the devil, because the devil had made him his slave. And all this was happening for many years. Now the demon had said in Bill's ears, that if you give Claire's sacrifice, then you will get your son back. And in the end it happened, because the sacrifice was only for the girls. This is the reason that girls were found dead everywhere. And girls died, like the dead body of that soulful girl. And more. But that day the kidnapper took Claire's friend for the sacrifice. Although that day the sacrifice was supposed to be of Claire. That's why the demon didn't kill Claire's friend. And when Bill gave Claire's sacrifice, then as promised, the demon gave her back her son. And he took Claire with him. Now let's talk about that kidnap. Why did he kidnap the girls and sacrifice the demon? The answer is that he considered the devil as his everything. And because of following him, he did all this for the devil. Now this story was about to start again. Because after 25 years, the kidnapper will be free. And again the demon, whom he considers his god. He will sacrifice the girls, because of which many more girls will be victim of the sacrifice. And with this horrific ending, this film also ends here.